Let's be honest, pricing your digital artwork can feel like a guessing game or a pop quiz. You don't want to scare people away with high prices, but you also don't want to undervalue yourself and work for free. In this video, we're taking the stress out of pricing so you'll know how to price your digital products. Whether you're making $3 sticker sheets or $30 art bundles, today we're gonna figure it out. Hey friends, if pricing your digital brushes, coloring pages, and printables makes you want to close your laptop and run the other direction, this is going to be your no stress guide to pricing. We're going to go over a formula today that is going to get you started. So the first thing we need to keep in mind is we're going to be starting with value, not minutes. You might be saying to yourself, hey, I'm a beginner, so it's going to take me longer. And that's okay. That's why we're not just using time to factor in our price. We're also going to be using something we call perceived value. Think of it this way. If your digital product is saving a mom time or helping a creative be inspired or making someone's life easier, that is perceived value. So instead of thinking, it took me 2 hours to make this, we need to consider, how am I making the buyer's life better or easier? So we need to make sure we are adding in perceived value. We're going to add things such as a mini color palette or clear graphics of what's included. Add a extra template. We're going to bundle matching items together. We can consider offering different sizes of our product offer. People aren't looking for cheap, they're looking for clear value and understanding of what they're getting in a product and how it's going to help them. Each of these things we're going to deliver is going to build trust and paint a clear picture of what you're offering your customer. Knowing price ranges that actually work is super helpful as well. So small impulse buys like stickers or coloring pages, you'll often see those priced from $2 to $6 a piece. Mid-range products such as printable wall art, affirmation decks, clip art packs, you might see them from $6 to $15 a piece. And premium bundles and workbooks and files might range anywhere from $20 to $40. Now, these are all averages. They aren't the say all, end all, be all. You can absolutely start at the lower end if you're already starting to have a panic attack. But as you start making sales and getting in good reviews, you can go ahead and start to gently lift those prices up to the higher end of that scale. Now, let's talk fees. Remember, wherever you're listing your products, there's going to be some type of fees included, whether it's like Etsy that has a listing fee and a per transaction fee, or a hosted shop where they take a percentage of all your transactions, or monthly fees. Wherever you are selling your items, you're going to have fees. So you need to have those prices built in to your product prices. So your pricing is going to need a little buffer. You can add $1 to $2 per listing to cover this cost and help you reinvest in your business. Let's use anchor pricing to build perceived value. Now, a loose description of anchor pricing is, for instance, say you sell one sticker sheet for $4, but you put in an additional offer of selling 3 sticker sheets for $10. You're getting a larger sell and they're getting more value. It's tiered pricing, so you can get a good offer, so a starter pack. You can get a better offer, a full pack, and then you can get the best offer, which may be several packs or a premium bundle. So you can offer a sticker sheet, 3 sticker sheets, and maybe a book of stickers. And those would be 3 separate price ranges. And ideally, even if they're not picking the largest or the smallest, they're giving you a nice pick right in the middle. And this is giving you more value as well as your customer. So it's a win-win for everyone. Something to keep in mind when you're doing these type of tiered pricing strategies is make sure you're not undercutting yourself. So you're wanting to give like a 20% discount, not a 70% off discount, if that makes sense. And that's going to lead us into avoid the undervaluing spiral. If you're keeping your prices low because you're scared, you don't think you're good enough, you're worried, you're new, that's going to lead to burnout and you're not going to be able to support yourself. I mean, just think about it. Low prices can really attract those impulse buys, but not necessarily loyal fans. You're wanting to attract an audience who are diehard fans. You know, you want your own Swifties. That's goals. Am I right? That's my goals. I need some of that Tay energy up in here. You don't, we're not looking for the Temu shoppers. That's not the one. We're not looking for bargain hunters. We want to be getting those people that when you make a new drop, they're excited. You're bringing joy to their life. It's a win win situation here. And if you don't know the answer, ask yourself at this price point, would I be excited to make this again? How much time, how much effort did I put in to sell this sticker pack for $1.85? Am I okay with this? Was the work worth what I might possibly gain for it? Ask yourself, don't dwell. Give yourself 5 minutes, 2 minutes ideally, and then move on. So now we're going to talk about a simple formula to help you price your work. So let's start with your base price. Your base price is going to equal your time, your actual time, not your perceived time for this one, and your fees and a buffer. And the buffer is really just for anything you may have forgot. You can tack on another dollar or pending. And that's going to give you your base price. Now, let's talk about that perceived value. And we talked about this a little earlier. I also want to give you a way to try to figure it out a little easier. And I want you to remember too, how unique is what I'm offering? Am I offering licensing? Can this be used commercially or only for personal use? And other possible use cases. So let's go over these 3 R's to consider our perceived value as well. So, is it super repeatable? If so, that's going to be a lower price point. How replaceable is it? How easily is it going to be to get your item somewhere else if you quit making it? You can check wherever you're selling or a quick Google search for that answer. And then how rare or how niche is what you're making? This is going to, the more rare, the more niche, the higher you can raise those price points. So, with that being said, you're going to take that base price, and then after you figure out your value price or your perceived value or value lift, however you want to think of it, you're going to add those 2 prices together, and that should be your final price. If your final price is making you a little uncomfortable, you could go ahead and throw in and divide it by on a level of 1 to 10. What is your comfort level right now? And just see what that gives you. And if that feels better, go ahead. I'm not the boss of you. If it feels cringe, take that off. Go back to your original price, or maybe pick a lower level. Maybe you decided your comfort level is a little more than what you thought when you saw that in dollar sign. Let me know down in the comments after you figured out your base price and what you're selling is and what your base price is. So if you're selling a sticker sheet, what's your base price? Not your total price, just your base. If you are completely clueless on what certain things cost, you can take a peek into Etsy, go to their search filter, and you can filter by top sellers, and you can know the price ranges and the listing styles. Keep in mind, there can be a difference, like the huge mega bundles you see on Etsy. A lot of that is going to be that cheap stuff. That's where the perceived value comes in. Because I'm sorry, but those 1,000 bundles that I'm perceiving that value is they went and slapped a bunch of junk together. That ain't it. That's not what I'm looking for. So you may need to scroll down a bit to get to the quality listings. If you hop on over to Creative Market, you can check some of the top shops, and also you want to take a peek at their licensing. There's going to be a lot more shops with licensing over there, so it would be a great time to look over that and see how it's set up. And over on Gumroad, you can take a peek at some of the top performers in your specific niche. Now, we're not going down a rabbit hill here. I want a rabbit hill when the world's a rabbit hill. We're not going down a rabbit hole here. I want you to grab your handy dandy phone, set a 15-minute timer. I want you to collect 5 to 10 data points, and that's it. You're done. Moving on. We're not spiraling. And I briefly touched on this, but let's talk real quick about discounts. The same with bundling products together. You want to keep your discounts reasonable so you're not taking out all your profit. So let's keep those discounts under 30% unless it's like a super awesome event. And make sure you're taking care of those repeat customers as well as the new ones. Those repeat customers are your loyal fans. All right. So you started on the low end of your price points. And now you're like, hey, when should I raise this price? So you can raise your price after you sell that specific item 30 to 50 times. Then you could go ahead and bump it. Now you don't want to be too drastic, maybe 10 to 20% price range raise. Or of course, if you're improving it or adding extra value, so say it's like a brush pack, if you add 10 more brushes to it or something like that, then of course that would be a reason to raise the price as well. So now you have your base pricing formula, you have your value or perceived value pricing, which should give you your final price. You know how to research if you're stuck on an area of pricing, you know how to discount your products, and you know how to add additional bundles and anchor pricing and tier pricing to get more out of your work and to give your customers more value from your work as well. And going forward, you also have a plan on how to raise those future prices. You have all the things you need to start pricing your artwork and for your digital products and stop worrying about it. And if you're still trying to figure out what product to even make first, go ahead and grab my next art project quiz. It'll be linked in the description to this video. It's just a super quick quiz along with an AI prompt that's going to get you started on the path of your first or your next product. And it's going to help you generate some themes and styles to get started right away and not spend your free time just staring at a blank screen. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a great day. Let me know what you're going to be selling, what you're going to be pricing it, and I hope to see you again real soon.